How's it going? Anthony Ferraro here, Create Sci-Fi. Today's very exciting. Today, finally, we're going to get into 3D printing on this channel, and we're going to kick it off with a good old-fashioned unboxing. We got the FlashForge USA Creator Max, a dual extruder 3D printer, and we're going to dive right in. So excited to share this with you. All right, this is very exciting. Now, to set it up, I've never 3D printed. I know nothing about 3D printing, but I think like you, the reason I have this channel is I love all the YouTube maker how-to videos. I watch them all the time, and that's why I started this channel myself. So one thing that I do is when I get into anything new, if it's effects or editing or filming, I always go down the rabbit hole on the subject and sort of watch a lot of videos and just absorb all I can before I get hands-on. So I've watched a lot of videos, and the FlashForge comes up a lot, and it's a very well-respected printer. It's always touted as a great beginner printer, which I am. So I think this series is going to be fun for those of you like me that are just like, let's go, let's get into it. And then with those of you that have experience, you can follow along and help us out in the comments and give us some feedback and tips and tricks. So FlashForge is sponsoring this video, and they sent us this printer, and I could not be more thrilled. Let's just do a straight up unboxing. The goal is to unbox and do some sort of test print, right? Like the plug and play, just to get things started. Then I think for the second video, we'll go deeper, right? We'll go on Thingiverse or something and try to refine our printing. And then the final goal is to create something, right? In a 3D program, probably like a blaster or some kind of ship or something, print that out, and then finally do a refined painting and weathering process that we usually do in this channel, except for with an original, unique object that we created. Oh, I'm so excited about the potential of this. So let's just kick it off with a straight up unboxing and just talking about what this printer is all about. All right, let's get in there. All right, so I looked into this printer, right? So FlashForge is definitely a trusted 3D printer brand, right? So that's a good thing. It's reliable, it's high performance. You want that in a printer. And it's dual extruder, which is a really cool feature. And, they're easy to operate. I've seen a lot of videos about that. And, it seems to be across the board. It's pretty easy. The Flash Print Slicer software they have, that's easy. We're going to get into that later. And you can use multiple materials with this, which I like. And on that note, you can use third-party filaments, which to me is huge. Okay, we are unboxed. All right, so now I'm gonna start putting it together, going over the features. So I'm just gonna cut out for a second, just read the manual just to overview so you're not seeing that live, and then we're gonna hop right back in and see if we can get this up and running. So just really basic nuts and bolts kind of stuff. You have to screw the extruder onto the guide rod. That's 2 screws, easy. And then you got to take the turbofan bolts off, and you have to add this turbofan baffle, which is very simple. 2 bolts and then a 3rd bolt, and that's it. Now putting these printing spools on the back, that's really nothing. You just stick them in and that's it. No tools. Now, the only thing about the filament is you got to make sure, you feed it through the tube and that it's going up in the right direction. Okay, so now we're gonna load the filament, right? Oh, we're getting close. Okay, so touchscreen, removing touchscreen. Got to turn it on. We have power. All right, fired right up. Cool lighting inside there. All right, so this is what we need to do. I'm just reading the directions. Okay, remove the tube, tool button. Straightforward, filament, load left. I believe it's, as you're looking at it, I would assume, so it's gonna be load left. Okay, it's heating up and it's gonna alert me when it's at the target temperature. So while that's heating up, you can use multiple filaments with this printer, which is really cool, especially now because there's so many different options for different applications. But also what I really like about this is you can also use third-party print materials, which to me, that's always a sign of a good company, right? When companies make things that are proprietary, where you need a certain cord or you can only use their thing, it's ultimately, it never works out, right? So so I'm really glad that they offer that, and it also makes me feel better about this machine. So we're almost at heat. Obviously sped this up, but real time, definitely just a couple minutes. All right, so it's ready, and it says all I need to do is just put it straight down until I see it to start to come out. Pretty straightforward. That's fun. New technology, right? Anytime you're doing something new, it's always very ginger. In a couple of weeks, we'll be just blowing right through this. Just like I said, straight line. Done. All right, so now we're going to level the build plate. Seems pretty straightforward. Again, just going to follow directions and let's level the build plate. Getting closer. So the idea is there's 3 points and then there's a card, and you use the card to level it. Tools. Level. So it should be like friction. That's tight. Or counterclockwise. A little bit of friction. Next. Too tight. Okay, next. Too tight. Level adjustment finished. Okay, so I think the next thing we got to do is test the print. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm going to do some more reading. All right, so this snuck up on me. We have to do the software. We have to do the slicing software, and I've never done this before, so this is going to let us know if this is easy or complicated. Okay, nothing unusual here. You download the software from the site, or you get it off of the SD drive, install it onto your computer, whether it's Windows or Mac. I'm Mac. And now we'll just go ahead and open it up. Okay, looks like load brings in the model, so I got my model. All right, so it looks like left mouse and middle to pan, right mouse to rotate. I'm guessing the wheel zooms. Yep, there it is. Okay, you got to select the object and then move. Straightforward, that moves it around on the bed. And then from what I did read, so you want to get it on the platform and center. And again, I'll learn more about that in the future, but this looks automatic and looks pretty straightforward to me. I see here you can rotate. I'm not going to need to rotate this, but I can see where that'd be useful. And I like how you can tell, you know, when it's going below the print area. That's cool. So then, let's see, extruder. You can select which one you want. It's the left or the right. I know that I only have filament on the left. And cool, it's different colors to let you know which one you're in. Now it does auto supports. I'm not going to use supports in this, but looks like just one click. And now ready to print, so I hit print. Now I'm using all standard sort of default settings here, so this is not a how to print tutorial because this is my first time, right? But you can see I'm just using the standard sort of recommended, and I did, you know, some Googling, so just really basic settings. And then we hit OK, and that saves it as the GX file that goes onto our SD card that we will then load into our printer. All right, so no surprises. I went through that fairly easily. All right, so I think I'm ready to try a print. I'm preheating the machine. So from what I understand, you could do Wi-Fi, you can connect it to your computer, but for this, just for stability, I did want to just print from the SD card because I work in a garage shop, and I think that when I do get into printing, I'll probably do all the work like I just did at my desktop, and then put it on an SD drive and then load it straight into the printer, which seems to make sense. So I think we're gonna go for it, right? Loading in the SD card. Okay, print. It says print time an hour. Print. Am I 3D printing? The suspense. Saying that wants to be at 200. It's at 189. And I guess once that heats up, it'll kick in. It looks like it's printing. All right, so we'll let that print. Hopefully, we'll be off to the races. It says about an hour. I'll do a little bit of a filming of the print until my battery runs out, probably. All right. It worked. That was really simple, really easy to use, right? I mean, I know I have a lot to learn, but what a thrill to be able to just unbox it, spend just a couple hours, and, you know, I have this print. Now, that's amazing. No support material. Like I said, I'm new to this, but I know enough to know, like, that's kind of amazing. And this print quality, wow. And again, I just use all the standard settings. Like, this is amazing. Just compared to like videos I've been watching for the past year. So easy to use. Oh, I'm so excited about this. The FlashForge USA Creator Max. Wow. And I think when I was first looking at 3D printing years ago, no way I would have been able to do this. And I'm glad I waited. So what we're going to do next is we're going to try different materials, different prints, things a little more dynamic, right? A little more sci-fi. Well, wow. So I'm so excited to share that journey with you. Please like, share, comment, and definitely in the comments, you know, if you're like me, just starting out, like follow along and tell me what you'd like to see. And then for those of you that have experience with this, I'd love to hear your tips and tricks and your feedback in the comments. And also there'll be a link in the description so you can check out this printer yourself. It'll be a link to the FlashForge printer. All right, so please like, share, subscribe. Check out the merch shop. Buying the hats really helps the channel. And remember, I'm just here to help make sci-fi in 3D.